So, number 2. About Big Mac. Suppose a price of a Big Mac is £2 in London and $2 in New York. So we have two options where to buy Big Mac: in London and New York. Here we will pay price in London £2, price in New York $2. According to purchasing power parity theory, what should happen to the exchange rate of a British pound when the exchange rate is $2 per pound? So we have information about exchange rate. It is $2 per pound. And if we see that here per pound, that means this is the price of pound. So this is exchange rate of pound. So, Diane, please explain.
Well, so according to the formula, how we calculate the Big Mac index, we're supposed to, well, we have two countries. That's why I call them in the test. We have country A and country B. Here we have country A, it is UK, the Great Britain, and country B is the United States, since we have pounds and dollars. So we have to take the price of Big Mac in London. Then we have to multiply it by the exchange rate of the pound for the dollar. And then we're supposed to divide it by the price of Big Mac in the US. Yeah, so here we have, let me take a look at it. So we multiply 2 by, okay, let's see. So we have to, it's 1 to 2, 1 divided by 2, since £1 to $2. Or actually, no, just, wait a second. So if $2 is divided by £1, we have to take, so in case of Russia, it was 1 divided by 66, because $1 is 66 rubles. And here it means that
$2 per £1. So
it's $1 is 0.5 pounds.
No, here we multiply to convert pounds in dollars. We multiply by $2 per pound.
But
so price in London. Price
aren't we supposed to take $1?
Okay.
No, I'm just asking because, for example, when we calculate the same case in Russia, we take how much rubles we have to pay for $1. So it was, so for $1 we have to pay 66 rubles, and here for $2 we have to pay £1, right? Am I right?
Yes, the price of pound.
Yeah, so that means that $2 is for £1 for $2. That means that's 0.5 pounds, half a pound for $1.
Okay, so
I thought that we're supposed to take
0.5.
Yeah. Because I thought that we're supposed to take $1, not $2. But it's the same, doesn't matter. And then we have to divide it by $2 because the price of Big Mac in New York is $2. And it's going to be, so we have to divide 2 by 0.5, and when we have to, it's going to be 4, and then we have to divide it by 2. It's going to be 2 again.
And
what this means, according to what should happen to the exchange rate of the British pound? Well, so that means that the exchange rate of the British pound is well, not higher or lower, I was supposed to call it. Well, better than in case of Russia anyways, because £1 is equals to $2. The perfect exchange rate is when you can buy the same amount of products for one currency and the same amount of products for another currency. So the perfect would be if $1 would be equal to £1. But here $2 are equal to £1. So it is even better for the UK.
So here exchange rate should be decreased by $1 per £1.
Per £1, yes.
Yes, so now it is 2 bigger than 1, and we should decrease it to 1. Yes?
Yeah, so it's appreciation of the exchange rate since their value is rising to the dollar.
Okay, good, thank you. Uh, um, okay, now let me explain one more time. Yes, this is the formula for purchasing power parity and how we will get it. Let me explain. So, suppose we live in London. We live in London and we have our salary, our income in pounds. Yes, we are residents of London. For example, let's say that our income in pounds equals to £1. So, how many Big Macs we can buy in London for our income? Yelisei wants to continue. Yes.
Okay, I wanted to continue to the previous.
Please.
Okay, we have £1 or what?
We have £1. How many Big Macs we can buy in
Yes,
London?
okay. In London we can buy one half of a Big Mac, but
Mhm.
in New York actually we can afford one because we have an exchange rate per one.
Mhm. So here we divide our income by the price in London. Yes, £1 over £2, and we can buy one half of Big Mac. When we want to buy Big Mac in New York, first of all, we need to exchange our pounds to dollars. Yes? How we will do it? We will multiply our income by the exchange rate of pound. Agree?
Yes.
So now we will have, this is, we have £1, we multiply it by $2 per pound, and then we should divide it by the price in New York. Now our income is in dollars, yes, by $2. And here we can buy one Big Mac. Big Mac. And what conclusion we can make?
That
Please.
actually pound, yes, in yes, British pound is overestimated because we can afford a lot of yeah, much less goods than in American dollar.
Agree. Yes. So it's better for us to buy Big Macs in New York. So the demand for dollars will increase. Yes. And demand for pounds will decrease. So one Big Mac for us is better than one half of Big Mac. This in New York, this in London. That means the demand for dollars will increase and demand for pounds will decrease. And if the demand for pounds decreases, the price of pounds decreases. That means exchange rate of pound decreases. Exchange rate of pound is the price of pound. Yes, in the uh, exchange market. So, and up to, we calculated it, up to $1 per pound. Agree? So, how we will get this formula that Diane explained to us? According to purchasing power parity, it should be in equilibrium. It doesn't matter where to buy. We can buy the same amount of goods in all countries, here in both countries, yes, in both cities. So the amount of Big Macs that we can buy in London should be equal to amount of Big Macs that we can buy in New York. Amount of Big Macs that we can buy in London, we calculated it. It's our income over the price, yes? And this should be equal in equilibrium to the amount of Big Macs that we can buy for our pounds income in New York. So what we do, we take our income in pounds, convert it into dollars by multiplying by the exchange rate of pound and divide by the price in New York. Yes, and this should be equal. But in our situation, we have less. Yes, firstly. Here we have 1/2, here we have 1. And we know that our income is constant. Prices in London and New York constant. And the only thing that can be changed is the exchange rate. And to have here equality, exchange rate of pound should decrease. Yes? And how we can find to have here equality? And how we can find this formula? We can delete. You see that income doesn't matter for us. It is here and here. We can delete this income and put the price to the right side. And this will be 1 should be equal to price in London, exchange rate of pound, over price in New York. So this from where we get this formula that Diane used. Okay, so and when we will say when we will speak about exchange rate of pound, we will say that it is nominal exchange rate. Nominal exchange rate. But if we will multiply by the price in our country and divide by the price in a foreign country, this is how we call it.
If we will what? Once again.
This formula is how we will call it. This is nominal exchange rate,
This
and
is
this
real. This really.
The real exchange rate.
Yes, it's how many goods we can buy. Yes, for pound per pound. So it's real exchange rate. Real exchange rate. Mm-hmm. So and one more time. About Russian dollars. If we say exchange rate is how much right now? Okay, 75 rubles per dollar. It's exchange rate of dollar or ruble, please.
It's $1 per. Yes, it's
It's
75.
the exchange rate. Wait,
It's dollars per ruble.
It's dollar.
Oh, no.
I can see because you say he's talking, and I have the speaker view. Give me a second. So we divide rubles by dollars of dollar.
It's exchange rate of dollar. Yes, of dollar.
Yes, it indicates how much rubles we can buy for $1.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So that means that in Russia we always use not exchange rate of ruble but exchange rate of dollar. Yes, for simplicity. Yes, and exchange rate of ruble here is $1/75 per ruble. Agree? But it's not convenient for us. Yes, it's not super easy to count like this. That's why we use in Russia exchange rate of dollar, not of ruble. Okay, good. Guys, please, any questions about purchasing power parity, about this task?
It's just that, it's not a question, it's just a comment. I don't really understand why we make all these sophisticated calculations when in reality it's extremely simple and understandable. And here it looks like высшая математика.
Yeah, actually, I agree with Lisa because I had the kind of the same thoughts while I was watching the lecture.
So one more time, in economics, you always need to provide for 3 solutions. Yes, for the task. It's analytical, graphical, and intuitive explanation. For you, it's super easy to explain it intuitively. Yes, it's super easy, as you told us. Yes, but also we need to learn how to show analytical solution. Today, we're talking about this model of purchasing power parity. That's why we're learning how to explain it through formulas also, how to use the model that explained this phenomenon. Yes. So intuitive explanation easy, yes, but you also need to provide 2 more explanations. Yes, and now we're studying how to explain this. Okay. But I understand you, yes, sure. So let's move on. Now, number 3. Number 3. In number 3, we will talk about balance of payment. First of all, please let us write down from what parts balance of payment consists of. Balance of payment. Anastasia, please.
As I remember correctly, it's current account plus capital account plus central bank investments.
Interventions.
Oh, yes, sorry. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Capital account plus central bank interventions. In equilibrium, balance of payment should be equal to what?
0.
To 0. Yes, no inflow, no outflow. Equilibrium situation. So, okay. How to explain what is included in current account? What is here?
You mean what is it?
What is it? Yes.
Oh, okay. It is net exports. Yes.
Yeah. So net export minus import. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is current account, includes all deals between our country and foreign countries in the goods market. It's all about goods market. Goods and services, yes. Then what about capital account?
Is it international purchases and sales of financial assets or not?
Oh, yes, of financial assets. Exactly. So this is all about financial assets. So here you see in current account goods market, in capital account financial assets market. Okay. So then, when we will have central bank interventions, please.
Probably when this does not make 0.
And if we have what regime of exchange rate?
Floating.
If we have floating exchange rate regime, a central bank does not intervene.
Fixed, I think.
Fixed.
But this means that the central bank fixes the exchange rate, doesn't it?
Yes.
Then why does they need to intervene if they have already fixed it?
But they already intervened in it because they've set their own, I suppose. Or am I wrong?
One more time. If in our country is fixed exchange rate regime, balance of payment can be in surplus or in deficit, and central bank should intervene to hold the exchange rate constant. And if we have floating exchange rate regime, central bank does not intervene, and exchange rate is floating. It can change. Okay.
Yep.
So, okay. What about central bank interventions? It's the change in reserves of central bank. What will include in reserves of central bank?
What do you mean? What reserves? Well, I know what reserve. What do you mean? What will include?
What is included in reserves of central bank? What is changing? Rubles or euros?
Oh, dollars, euros, because it is much more sufficient to keep it in euros. It won't change.
So in reserves, central bank keeps dollars, euros, so all other currencies, not of our country but of foreign countries, and gold. Yes, but here
Yes.
we will use foreign currencies. So here foreign currencies. По-русски это золотовалютные резервы. Золото валютные. Foreign currencies plus gold. What else? So, okay, let us consider the task, and we will talk about this balance of payment. In number 3. A country has a current account surplus of 6 billion. So current account equals to, if it is in surplus, it is equal to plus 6, positive, plus 6 in surplus. Then financial account deficit of 4 billion. Financial account is capital account and it is in deficit. Deficit means minus, yes? So capital account equals to minus 4. It is in deficit. The country has a fixed exchange rate. Is its balance of payment without central bank interventions in deficit or surplus? Point A. Please, who wants? What we can say about balance of payment?
The difference is positive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
So-
is, but does this mean that it's like better than 0 or not?
Bigger than 0? That
No,
means
better. I mean, is 0 better or is surplus better here?
0, but equilibrium situation is 0. No
Yeah,
inflow
and
or
here
no
we have plus
outflow.
And is it better than 0 for the, I don't know, for the economy, for the exchange rate?
It's not better or worse. It's not equilibrium situation, and that's all. It will change.
Okay.
And if we'll have 0, nothing is changing. And that's all.
I think it is better when your currency costs more than the foreign currency, like for
Let's-
dollar.
Let's see what will happen with the exchange rate, and we will answer this question, your question.
Is,
So
it, go-
balance of payment.
is it going to be plus 6 minus 4? Yes, it is going to be
Yes.
plus,
You told it.
plus 6 minus 4 plus 0. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's plus 2 bigger than 0, so it's in surplus. Balance of payment is in surplus. So what that means? What that means?
It means that more money will, more money which are not invested. No.
So we have extra dollars that are not invested right now. Yes. So this situation means that we have more dollars that are not still invested. And then our question is, what a central bank will do. But first of all, let us explain what is happening after central bank, before central bank intervention, and then how central bank should intervene. So let us draw this situation. So here is market for rubles, amount of rubles in the economy, exchange rate of ruble. Yes, we have exchange, fixed exchange rate. Let's fix it. For example, here, fixed exchange rate. And let us draw the situation before this surplus, let us draw equilibrium situation, situation 0, when demand for rubles equal to supply of rubles, and the price for rubles is equal to fixed exchange rate. It's the situation 0. What can happen such that balance of payment is in surplus? See, balance of payment now should be in surplus. Here should be bigger than 0. Let us consider net export. What should happen with net export for balance of payment to be in surplus?
Net investments, or invest. It is stands for I forgot the word for I.
Net export equals to export minus import.
Yes.
What?
Import should decrease.
Import should decrease or export should increase. 2 options. Yes. But we can explain this surplus through increase in export or decrease in import. Yes, so 2 options. How to explain? What you want to consider? Okay, let's say it's about increase in export. Okay, so balance of payment now is in surplus as export increased. What that means to the demand or supply of rubles?
If export increased, that means that the demand for ruble will increase also.
Yes, exactly. So the exporters, they need more rubles, yes, to buy from our country.
Yes.
To export. So that means that foreign countries need more rubles to buy from our country. That means that demand for rubles will increase. So we shift the demand up. Yes. This will be D1. And here we see if demand for each good increases, that means that the price of the good increases. So here we see the tendency of exchange rate of ruble to increase. Yes. So the price of ruble, that means exchange rate of ruble, increases or has tendency to increase. Has tendency to increase. And if we have higher demand for rubles, that means that buyers from our country, they need rubles and they are ready to pay dollars for rubles. Yes, that means that supply of dollars increases. Yes, supply of dollars increases and demand for rubles increases. Supply of dollars increases. And this is exactly what I have told. You see, balance of payment in surplus, more dollars that are not still invested. We have excess supply of dollars and excess demand for rubles.
Yes.
Excess supply of dollars and excess demand for rubles. Where to show here excess demand for our fixed exchange rate, you see now quantity demanded is not equal to quantity supplied. This difference for fixed exchange rate is excess demand. Or we can how we can also name it from microeconomics. when quantity demanded is bigger than quantity supplied?
It's
Mm,
deficit.
Deficit, yes. So it's deficit or excess demand, the same deficit.
yeah, excess demand. That's the one I want to name.
Deficit or excess demand, the same. So now government see this tendency of increase in exchange rate of ruble, and central bank should intervene to put this exchange rate back to the fixed level. Yes. So central bank should intervene by using its reserves. If we see that we have excess supply of dollars, what central bank should do with this excess supply of dollars?
Can you repeat your question?
If we see now in the market excess supply of dollars, what central bank should do?
Exchange more rubles into dollars?
It should buy dollars or sell dollars?
Sell.
Sell dollars. If a central bank will sell dollars, it will increase the excess supply of dollars in the market if it will sell.
Oh yeah, it has to balance it. So yeah, it will have to buy to sell, not to buy, to sell, to buy dollars. No.
Buy dollars, yes, decrease.
Yeah, it has to buy dollars. You know.
To buy dollars, and central bank will pay rubles. So
Yeah, pay in rubles.
It will increase the demand for. It will increase the demand for rubles. Yes. Oh no, sorry. It will put rubles into circulation. That's why increase the supply of rubles. Increase the supply of rubles. So central bank should intervene to cover the excess supply of dollars. It will buy dollars. It will buy dollars. And pay rubles. And if it put these rubles into circulation, it increases the supply of rubles.
For rubles.
So increases the supply of rubles. And what is happening? Supply of rubles now is higher. Yes, it moves to the right and down here. Okay. S0, S1, D0, D1. Let us put here equilibrium 2 situation. So if it increases the supply, the higher the supply, the lower the price. Yes, such that exchange rate of ruble decreases up to fixed exchange rate. Yes. So on the graph, let us name these arrows why these shifts happen. So demand increases because we have increase in export. Supply of rubles increases because central bank buy dollars and pay rubles. Yes, put rubles into circulation. What is happening with central bank reserves if central bank buy dollars? Reserves of central bank increases or increase or decrease?
Increases since he gets more dollars and the reserves are in dollars.
So reserves increases, and that means that for our balance of payment, that means that less dollars are now in circulation.
Yeah, because it bought dollars and there are less dollars. Yes.
So central bank buy dollars and put it into reserve. So these dollars are not now in circulation. So for balance of payment, that means minus here. Instead of 0, we put minus. Yes. So put dollars out of circulation.
Yes.
dollars out of circulation. So here name that reserves increases. So balance of payment now will be equal to +6 minus 4. And here, how much? What I should write about reserve?
+2.
-2.
It's +6 minus 4.
-2 for
I thought it's equal to -2. Okay, yeah, -2, and now it's equal to 0. Okay.
Yes. So balance of payment in equilibrium should be equal to 0. Yes. So here we will have -2 because we put our dollars out of circulation. We take our dollars out of circulation. Now they are not working in the economy. Yes. In our trade balance. So what else? Also, you can explain this through change in import. So if you will have here decrease in import, what will happen? If we now import less, that means that we need less dollars. Yes, so the demand for dollars will decrease. And if demand for dollars decreases, that means that we bring less rubles to the market. That means that supply for rubles decreases. And we can use it for showing the same. I will show you one more time. If here is explanation through import change, yes? So we'll have here exchange rate, demand, supply. And if import decreases, supply of rubles decreases in the market.
Yes.
It moves here because the change in import decreases. You see, exchange rate increases and central bank should intervene and increase the supply of rubles. So same. And central bank moves the supply of rubles back. So here will be 0, 1, 2. Reserves increases. So this explanation through import, this through export. But what is happening with exchange rate is the same, and with reserves, the same. So what else? What else? If we will have floating exchange rate, let us consider floating exchange rate. And also, let's say the same shock, increase in export, such that balance of payment now bigger than 0. Here rubles, here exchange rate of ruble, and if export increases, so the demand for rubles shifts up, D1. And now what is happening? Exchange rate increases and central bank does not intervene because now we have floating exchange rate. What is happening to the competitiveness of our goods?
Well, for now, it becomes cheaper to like investments should to import. It's cheaper to import products. That means that the import should rise. Yes.
And export decrease.
That is no. Yeah, that the export decreases. I thought you said increase. Sorry.
Import increases, yes. So now competitiveness of our goods is going down. Yes.
Yes.
Now our goods, because our goods less competitive. Yes. So, and in balance of payment, it consists of one more time current account plus capital account. And now it is bigger than 0. Current account is export minus import. We see the increase in the exchange rate of ruble. Export decreases, import increases. You see current account going down up to equality with 0. Yes. So this how it happens if central bank does not intervene. Good. Also, one more thing. How to remember what to shift. Firstly, if you speak about import or export. If we speak about import, we shift the supply. So here, import. If we speak about export, we shift the demand for our currency. So it's for you to remember. I think it's useful. Yes, not to be confused. So here rubles, here exchange rate. Good. Okay. Okay. If no questions, or Maxim, you have questions?
Yeah, I have a question. It was also in the lecture and in your notes before you erase them. When we're expressing government interventions, there near the reserves, you write delta or some triangular sign. Yeah, why is it there?
It is change in reserves. Change.
Why change then?
So we increase our reserves or decrease our reserves.
Okay.
So it's, as far as I remember, it's triangles. That means that is, yes, fluctuates and changes.
Change.
Yeah. Common change, common sign.
All right, good. Thank you.
So we discussed this symbol many times. It was in.
No, I know what it means, but I just didn't get what it means in this specific case. Okay, no, I know what it means.
So if a change in reserve, if we increase the reserves, change in reserves is positive, yes. And if we decrease the reserves, change in reserves is negative. Something like this. So, okay. Next. Number 4 is about uncovered interest parity. But first of all, let's read, and I will listen for your explanations, intuitive as you like, and then I will explain this uncovered interest parity, and we will answer the same questions by using the model. Suppose the United Nations convinces the rich countries to write off all the debt that the poor countries owe them. Let's write down. Rich write off all the debt of poor countries. What will happen to the real exchange rate of the poor countries? What will happen to the exchange rate of poor countries?
Well, if
Again.
the United Nations writes off the debt of those countries and rich countries, that means that well, it will increase.
Increase? Why?
It's the exchange rate. I thought that the value of their currency. No, the exchange rate will decrease in that case.
Why?
Well, because their currency will cost more.
Currency will cost more.
Yeah, because there are no debts for them anymore.
So if currency of poor countries now costs more, that means the increase of exchange rate of poor countries. It's the price of currency of poor countries.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Thank you. Any logical explanation? What will okay? Is it good for poor countries that now
Yes.
they have more debts? That's good.
Definitely.
Mhm. So that's good. That means that now poor countries are more prospective. I
Yes.
don't know. They are less risky. Yes, and
Yes.
now
For
and
investments, more value for their currency.
yes. So now investors come to the poor countries and
Yes.
ask for their currency. Yes. So the demand for currency of poor countries will increase. That means that the price, the exchange rate of poor countries will increase. Agree? So this is the explanation. So okay, good. And vice versa. If more investors now in poor countries, less investors are now in rich countries. So demand for currency of rich will decrease. That means the exchange rate of rich, vice versa, will decrease. Yes. And okay, let's continue. What we can say now about import and about competitiveness of goods in rich countries. Competitiveness of goods.
Well, it will increase because their value, their currency is now more valuable. There are more investments in the country, means that they will be able to produce more quality goods, and the goods will be sold to other countries, and that means that their goods will be more competitive compared to other goods.
It's not about that more investors now in rich countries. In rich countries, there are now less investors. They move to
about poor countries.
Yes, and
more investors in poor.
I'm asking about rich. If exchange rate of rich countries decreases, we explained it in the previous task. What happens to competitiveness of goods in rich countries?
Oh, it decreases.
Decreases.
Wait, we're talking about developed countries, not poor countries, but rich countries.
Rich countries, yes. If exchange rate decreases, now it's cheaper to buy their currency. Cheaper to buy currency of rich. Agree?
Yes.
So now more goods will be bought in these rich countries. Yes? Because now it's cheaper to buy in rich countries. So competitiveness of goods in rich countries will increase because now it's cheaper to buy in these rich countries. So we will export more in rich and import less because now it's cheaper to buy in our rich country. Agree? So, okay, and everything vice versa for poor countries. And you see that when rich countries write off all the debts, that means about goods market, rich countries decreases export from poor and increase import in poor countries. Yes, rich countries do better for rich countries. Yes, in the goods market. Yes. So okay. Now it was like intuitive explanation. Let us consider now financial assets market. It was about goods market. Now financial assets market about uncovered interest parity. Uncovered interest parity. This is about in which country to invest your money. So let us consider the situation. We have 1 ruble. And we have 2 options: to invest in Russia or to invest in foreign. So invest in Russia, in Russian bonds, or in foreign bonds. So we have $1. If we will invest in Russian bonds in a year, we will get how much? 1 plus interest rate of Russia. Yes, in rubles. If we will invest in foreign bonds, firstly, we need to convert our ruble into foreign currency. So first of all, we need to multiply our 1 ruble by the exchange rate of our ruble in year T. Today, we need to convert, put this money into foreign bonds, yes, buy foreign bonds for, now it is in dollars, for example. For this money, we should buy foreign bonds. And then we will have how much? 1 plus foreign interest rate. Yes, this sum we will have in a year, but this is now in foreign currency. In foreign currency. How to convert it back to rubles? We need to divide, yes, by exchange rate, but it has changed, yes, because now year passed. Exchange rate in year T plus 1. And now this is how much we will get if we will invest in foreign bonds in a year, and it is in rubles. Yes, and parity tells us that there should be no arbitrage. Yes, that it should be that it doesn't matter for us where to invest, in Russia or in foreign countries. So in equilibrium, it should be 1 plus our interest rate should be equal to exchange rate in year T over exchange rate in year T plus 1 multiplied by 1 plus foreign interest rate. And if you make some calculations, you will have another formula for your uncovered interest parity. It's you should take logarithm and a little bit revert. It will be I, our interest rate equals to foreign interest rate minus the change in exchange rate over the exchange rate. This conversion of the currency. So you can use this formula or this formula. They are equivalent. So how you like. So now let's see. By using this uncovered interest parity. So I like the first formula because I know how to find this formula. I don't remember it. I always write these 2 options where to invest and then equalize. And I think it's easier to remember this, to understand the logic, how we will get this formula. And but for some people, it's easier to remember this one. But okay. So in point A, if rich countries write off all the debts of poor countries, what will happen? We told that now investors will come to poor countries. Why? Because now it is less risky to invest, yes, in poor countries. So let us write down. Write off debts of poor. So that means now it is less risky to invest in poor. And if it is less risky to invest in poor, what will happen to the interest rate of poor country? Interest rate of poor country.
Increase.
Less risky to invest.
It will decrease.
It will decrease, yes. Always consider the two options, to invest in startup or to invest in government bonds. Yes? So where interest rate is bigger, in startup, yes? But startup is more risky. So lower the risk, lower the interest rate. Yes? So interest rate of poor countries will decrease. And if we will use our formula, so let's say this will be rich here, for example, here poor, or vice versa, we can say sour equals to rich, yes, minus the change in exchange rate over exchange rate. So interest rate in rich countries stays the same. Yes, interest rate of poor will decrease. What that means? To have here equality, we need to decrease this part. Or vice versa, we need to increase this part. So that means that the change in exchange rate should decrease, and this it should be positive. So exchange rate of poor country will increase. So it's the second explanation. So we explained intuitively, or we can explain through the model. So exchange rate of poor country will increase. What else? If exchange rate of poor increases, exchange rate of rich decreases. Yes? Then, what else? What happens to the manufacturing exports of rich countries? We also explained this. Manufacturing exports of poor, of rich countries. We explained it through competitiveness of goods in rich countries. Now it is cheaper. Now rich countries has cheaper currency. Yes? Rich has cheaper currency. Exchange rate of rich decreased. Yes? That means that now we want to buy more goods in rich country. Yes, so export of rich will increase. Import, so people, residents of rich countries will buy more in rich country, not import. Yes, so import of rich will decrease. And point D. Is it good? Let's read. If there were single monopoly producers of manufactured goods in rich countries, how would they have been lobbying their governments? If there were single monopoly producers of manufactured goods in rich countries, is this situation is good for monopoly in rich country? You see that now the demand for monopoly in rich country increases for goods or decreases? Demand for this monopoly. you see that now export increases. That means more goods are bought from this monopoly, and import decreases. That means that rich people from rich country buy now more in their domestic country, in rich country, and not in foreign countries. Yes. So demand for goods in rich country increases or decreases?
Increases.
Increases.
Increases, yes. And this is good for monopoly producer. Yes. It's like the demand is high, the price is high, and more profit. Yes, that's good. This is good for monopoly. So what this monopoly will lobby? It will lobby to increase the exchange rate or decrease the exchange rate. So if this monopoly likes such situation, then this monopoly, what will lobby?
To increase.
If it will lobby to increase the exchange rate, that will decrease the demand for her goods. Yes, it will lobby this decrease in exchange rate. So it will lobby to write off these debts. So monopoly likes when rich countries write off the debts of poor countries because that's good for this monopoly. Yes, will lobby decreasing this exchange rate of rich, or we can say this write off the debts for poor. Agree? Guys, please ask something. So now I will send you, I don't think that you have this Excel file in Piazza. Please download it. I'm now sending it, I sent it in chat. Please download it, and here I made all the calculations for number 1. So you can do it one more time by yourself, or please answer the questions for number 1 by using this data in this Excel file. Okay, please download it, and this will be for your homework. To answer, here are easy questions. So homework number 1. Okay. So I think that's all for today. Yes.
Mhm.
So let me write down who were talking with me. So Настя, Алексей, Даян, Максим, Елизавета, Алина, Даниил. Maybe somebody else who were trying to say something, but I forgot to ask. No. Any tries? Other tries? No. Okay. So see you on Thursday. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Nice day.
Goodbye.
Bye.